G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game. This, however, is a different type of game, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nomad. But, hold your horses, we ain't done yet. This is Nomad done differently. There is a tournament coming up and it's happening this weekend, hosted by a guy by the name of Mr. Merlin. You may have heard of him before. The way it works is simple. You start off on a map with 8 villages. Sometimes, unfortunately, they do get locked in forests. Sometimes they spawn by the coast. You get plenty of resources to start and to build your town center. And with that, you have a small treaty period at the beginning of the game. Lasts for 3 minutes. You can't attack your enemy, they can't attack you. Gives you time to put down your town center, find a good little spot for it. We can see that Ravenholm here, as the English, has found a nice little spot over towards the west side of the map. With an early dock already coming up. For anybody wondering, yes, this is him. This is the Wallalol god himself. It is Salami. And on the east side of the map, a regular on the channel. I say regular on the channel, but he's not really a regular because, well, there's some people who like to smurf with him, with his name. We've got Voldemar 1902. He's going to be playing the Holy Roman Empire, and this is Nomadic Clash. Well, this is the precursor to the Nomadic Clash. So just a little bit about that tournament, a little bit about that event. The way it works is very simple. There's $1,000 on the line. It's a 1v1 tournament, which means it's not team or free-for-all. You guys will remember that I did a free-for-all tournament called the Outback Octagon, which used Nomad in it. But here, there's no free-for-all component to it. And we do actually see a very good spawn here to start off. I wonder if Voldemar just pulls the boar here. He could definitely just look to pull. I would just be... Actually, you know what? He's got the dock. He can get all the food from there. So now that the treaty period's done, and I love the way that the treaty period has been used here, because the treaty period basically just says, you know, it's an enforced way of no attacking anybody else. Gives you time to get up the town center, that sort of thing. So I really like that. The other thing I really like is there are some big names in this event that's going to be coming up. So, Beastie Cutie, he's signed up. Marine Lord, he's signed up. 3DB, he's signed up. Now, I don't have the whole list of players, but I can tell you the people like Puppy Paw, Wham, they're going to be there. Obviously, Salami's going to be there. Voldemar's going to be there. There's some big names. Now, I think it's a best of 30, or the best of 32. I think there's 32 players. A lot of good players in there. When it comes to the people who couldn't make it, so I know that the Mister couldn't make it because he is on holiday. You know, after that little bit of a victory he had. No. It's not that. It's probably off-season for his farming. But anyway, it's... I think what makes this interesting is the fact that it's Nomad and you do start with more villages. And that can affect... Treaty is over. Prepare for bloodshed. Look at that. There you go. I like the way that they've used the... or the custom generation from that. So it can affect you positively and it can affect you negative by having those extra villages. So I guess for a civilization like the English, it doesn't really change too much for them. But a civilization like the Holy Roman Empire, probably not that much either. I'm more thinking like China. Obviously, whenever I'm thinking of anything, it's like, oh, I want China. Like I'm thinking about dinner. I'm like, Chinese, get me some hot pot going. I don't know about you guys, but like maybe it's just in Australia, but we've got this thing called mullitung, and it is just amazing. I love it. It's basically, you go to the restaurant, you walk in there, and they've got all of these vegetables and meat just kind of sitting in a refrigerator on the side. And it's an open refrigerator, so basically you get a big bowl, and you just pick what you want. So for me, I'm picking like the bok choy, the broccoli, and just like a whole bunch of chili beef. And I stick it into my pot, and I walk up to the reception, and they say, what do you want? And you can have like a stir fry, or you can have like it's kind of like a soup. And you think of a soup, but it's a little bit different because I get the one that's chili sauce. It's just called original. And I get they've got different spice levels for it, and there's 4 spice levels, and I go for the 3rd one. That's because I'm absolutely hard. I'll be honest, I've tried the 4th spice level, and it's just like, what's the point in having, why would you eat a food when all you can feel is burning? And I'm sure like some people enjoy that, but it's not fun. It's not fun. But yeah, I love it because, you know, normally broccoli, it's kind of a bit boring. Look, and I know that there's some broccoli enjoyers out there. But I would just say, you know, broccoli can sometimes be a little bit boring, but what it does in the chili soup is it soaks up all that chili soup, all the broth, and then when you eat it, it's just like releasing all the chili sauce. It's amazing. It's great. I love it. I'd recommend it. Have a look for yourself if you've got one nearby. Malians, it's called. For us in Australia, we've got this place called David's Hot Pot. We've also got Dragon Hot Pot. Anyway, that's the sellout. That's the sponsors segment of this video. Thank you for joining. Anyway, the reason why we're talking about that is because of China, right? Like, China would be good in this situation because more villages makes the town center faster. Basically, you get your ball rolling sooner. But I think what's also interesting is the fact that both players have had a respective pond on their sides of the maps, and they've not really known where they've spawned, where each other has spawned, but they've kind of just taken their sides. I do suspect that we could have games where, because obviously this is going to be a big event, if we're talking around a 32, 1v1s, and I don't know, I think it's best of 3, not 100% sure. Yeah, look, you're going to be in trouble. Just with the amount of times there's going to be like a town center here and then a town center here. And that's just going to be chaos, because we've got kind of like a standard game here. If anything, it probably favors the English a little bit more, having the town centers close, just because they've got more defensive bonuses, so it's easier for them to use. But we do see right now Salami is making his way through the forest, looking to try and free that villager, get himself a little +1 here. Interestingly, didn't use this villager to try and free himself, but maybe he just can't path it correctly or something. It could be bugged. But oh, he's not up to 7 yet. Yeah, you can see he's trying to get through there. Now, I guess what we can do is we can also switch these bad boys around, because I've just realized that we've got an Arkan Chapel coming down, but it's on the wrong side of the map. There we go. Arkan Chapel right up against the stone outcropping. So, beautiful little spot he's got here. This is actually pretty smart when you think about it. Hits the gold, hits the stone, hits the wood line, and it's a big wood line, and may also hit this gold down here. Plenty of space for farms. He's going to be loving life right now. Voldemar in a great spot. Now, once again, I'll leave links in the description to where you can catch Salami and Voldemar. These guys do stream on Twitch, but most importantly, I'm going to leave a link to where you can find Mr. Merlin, because he's going to be hosting this event this weekend. We're probably going to be casting quite a few games from his event. We'll just be doing it on our channel. I don't think we'll be doing it with him. Just mainly the reason why is because I can't really cast live anymore in big events, just because for me, casting live is like 2 a.m. And I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but I have a screaming baby during the daytime, and it's very hard to sleep then. So it makes it a bit hard to stream that at night when most of these events are happening. So yeah, that's your explanation. But we do see now the age up coming through. Arkan Chapel going to be dropped down, and it is going to. Let's have a look and see. Do we get? Oh, we don't get the radius until the prelate's inside. So a little bit of a delay on that prelate jumping in. Voldemar yet to move over. Villager population for Salami is significantly higher. He's up 6 economic population. Let's double check and see how many we've got here for Voldemar. So Voldemar at the moment running 13 fishing boats. Geez, that's a lot of fishing boats, isn't it? He's actually gone for a double dock. And over on the other side with Salami, he's done the same thing. He's going to be sitting on 14 fishing boats. So I think it's just was it getting the town center up slightly faster? Surely that doesn't contribute to the extra villagers. Has he got another dock somewhere that I just can't see? Or is it counting sheep as... There's 16. I'm not sure exactly what's happening here. Arkan Chapel, though, it's buffed up. As you can see, it does hit the gold, hits the stone, obviously, and also hits the wood. This is a great Arkan Chapel. I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10 just because it's a big stone as well that he's got right there. And look at the walls already beginning to come up. Villagers going to be moving down onto the south side, and immediately longbowmen going to be coming out. So nice try on that wall, but not going to be able to get the paling down, or the quick walls. What are they called? What do we call them? The picket fence. That's what we call it. So good job by Salami to already begin with aggression like this, and if he can drop an outpost on this Arkan Chapel, he can nullify a lot of the influence. Obviously, it's going to be hard for him to take out that gold, but there's a beautiful spot right here where the wood is available, and that's exactly where he looks to go. Villager's going to get pulled here. Too many longbows here. You can see that the outpost, I don't know, I don't think that went down immediately. I think Salami just cancelled it and decided to go a little bit further forward, rather, not farther forward, further forward. And behind this, take a look, we've got double castle ages coming through. So Salami, despite this early aggression, is going to be going castle age. A lot of villagers on gold here. Only a handful on stone, but he could be thinking just about arrow slits, could be thinking about a second town center. Second town center doesn't really make sense here, to be honest, just because of the large fishing economy. You kind of want to utilize this as soon as possible. So I'd be thinking about going all in. Definitely want to be moving into knights. Probably knight, longbow, crossbow, mango is your best bet here. But you can see right now the men-at-arms have been called and should be able to deal pretty effectively with this. They have managed to come out. A little bit of pathing issues there in that second men-at-arms. They're getting focused down at the moment, but the single villager still going to be tapping away right there. Definitely doing the right thing. Beautiful micro coming out from Salami. No surprises there, but unfortunately by Voldemar, he should ideally, in this position, pull Vils from the wood line to attack the outpost and then also be killing this villager with the men-at-arms. And then that way, the outpost doesn't get up. I mean, there's a lot of Vils here. There's going to be a lot of idle time, but still, he's going to try and hold on. Age up still yet to come through. Looks like double broadaxe is going to be researched as well from Voldemar, so kind of putting himself a little bit further behind than what he needs to. Arrow slits coming through. Salami with the King's Palace behind. Back at home. You can see nice little spot he's got here. When it comes to relics, how many relics are we talking? 2, 4, 5. 5 relics, and Salami's got 2 in his base, and Voldemar's got pretty good control of the other 3. So I think he should be happy with that. The men-at-arms now coming out. And we actually see it's a fortification that's come through. It wasn't the arrow slits. So using that stone on the fortification, which is going to make it very hard for the men-at-arms to go through it. Towards the middle of the map, more longbowmen moving out for Salami here. And we see that there's no real sign of a Burgrave coming through just yet. Where's that? I'm curious as to why the town center, why the gold mine hasn't been mined or gathered up. And now Vil's going to get pulled. Yeah, you really regret pulling these Vils now. It would have been so much nicer to pull these Vils, 60 seconds ago when your enemy was attacking those men-at-arms, because then they're forced to make a decision. Do I attack the men-at-arms or do I attack the villagers? And if I attack the villagers, I just pull them back one by one. And if I attack the men-at-arms, well, I'm not attacking the villagers. So it's very, very hard. But, I mean, this should hopefully be enough to clear this out. The men-at-arms are really sticking to commit. The main issue that Voldemar's got is just idle villagers aren't going to be gathering gold, and that's really going to start to hurt him. Village is still inside here, so just watch out for that bad boy. But now we'll check in over with Salami's base. What do we got going down? It's Blacksmith, and it's Barracks. Double Barracks going to get thrown down. Interesting decision to go into Barracks. I don't know exactly why this is. Now, Men-at-Arms is the most immediate choice. But the thing is, right, like, Men-at-Arms are just kind of irrelevant for the English in this matchup. At least that's the way I feel about it. Just simply because, sure, you get the extra armor, but the extra armor is completely outdone by the fact that the men-at-arms get extra attack from the Holy Roman Empire. They get, not only do they get an extra 2 attack from their what's it called, the long swords upgrade or something like that. Let me double check that. Here we go. So you get an extra 2 attack from 2-handed weapons, and you also get an extra 6 attack from heavy maces. Is he maybe thinking about going to spearmen? No, it is. He's going into men-at-arms. This is curious because it works at the moment. This is fine, but as soon as this Burgrave comes up, it's going to be a great spot for Voldemar. And he's going to be really able to push the issue here. But the men-at-arms numbers starting to look good, looking healthy. And he's throwing out more barracks? Ooh, what is going on here? Is he maybe thinking of going to crossbows? And so basically the men-at-arms are just going to be front lining for him. And then the crossbows, that way he can just kind of stand and fight, man fight, basically. That could be the case. That could be the way he looks to play it. We'll have to wait and see. The age up's coming through. How many prelates has he got out at the moment? We can see on the UI, it only says 1 for the moment. Going to get housing blocked a little bit here as well. You can feel the macro, unfortunately, for Voldemar has just been really tipped off just because of that attack that came through. It all just went out the window. Is he going imp? Don't tell me he goes imp here. If he goes imp, this is dangerous. I don't like an imp here at all. I could be looking to mix Lanchconnects. Maybe that could be his decision-making process. But surely when he sees this attack, he's going to think twice about that. Immediately, age up comes through, and men-at-arms look to get upgraded. You can see how quickly they're going to be made. He throws out a couple more and actually looks to put the... This is a bit of a mistake, honestly. Doing the upgrade here at the barracks, it should be going through at the Burgrave. It only takes 12 seconds there, and that way you've got that extra damage coming out. But now the men-at-arms going to be moving forward. Still no armor cladding just yet. We can see it's on the way through. +1 also going to be coming in. And villagers getting focused down. Salami doing a great job here just to focus down the Vils here. Men-at-arms going to be looking to meet them. And at the same time, Voldemar going to be able to clean up the men-at-arms. Decent job chasing him around, but he does have that extra 25 health from the textiles upgrade, so he's not going to get one shot, so he'll be very happy with that, but he's just going to keep looping around. And now you can kind of see the consequence of too many men-at-arms down here and not enough towards this north side. Villagers continue getting chased. He's losing plenty of them, needs to keep them near the town center. 15 Vils still stuck inside that TC at this point. 7 armor, 7 ranged armor at the moment for these enemy men-at-arms. And Voldemar trying to hold on for dear life. Villager count, he's down by 12, but that shouldn't really matter at this point, honestly. I would still feel absolutely fine if I'm Voldemar. The main thing is just keeping your head above water, looking to secure up this wall down to the south. This is a really big wall. I'm not sure exactly why he went for this wall. Like, it's obviously it's small in that there's like 1, 2, 3 segments and they all add up to a very small amount, but I just feel like, I mean, even an outpost here would have been okay. Men-at-arms going to be now flooding into the base of Salami. And take a look at this. We see 4 rangers coming up. So yeah, this was my suspicion that he'd be going like Men-at-arms opening into crossbows. And that's what we do see him looking to attempt to do. But the problem that he might have is Voldemar has got some good tempo all of a sudden. The Burgrave obviously going to be providing plenty of tempo here. Longbowman on the back looking to tee off towards them. He's picked up +1 ranged attack, or ranged armor at the moment. Going up against 10 damage from that longbow means only 5 damage is getting through. Still a pretty formidable amount of damage. And the men-at-arms coming out from Salami, I mean, he's got the economy to overpower, and I think that's the difference. And once these archery ranges come up, this is where it gets very, very difficult for the Holy Roman Empire to actually hold. And we do see Voldemar going for a keep. This is more of a late game play. So by dropping this keep, this is going to enable him, hopefully, to get to Imperial, which is what he really wants here, especially with this fishing economy. This fishing economy is going to really empower his ability to get to Imperial. When we take a look right now, it would only take him 2 minutes to get the food to get to Imp. If this keep does get up, it should be able to hold him down, or keep him held on for a moment. The problem's going to be not enough vills on this keep, so he does actually pull more, realizing that this is not sufficient. It's a couple of times in this game where vill pulls for Voldemar have definitely not been correct, and as a result, it's cost him, and I feel like it might cost him here. I know that Lord Doubt doesn't seem to be smiling upon this keep, but it definitely could be. Salami's giving him... Salami could just be focusing down vills here. Keep is going to get up, and Voldemar stays alive for a little bit longer. Needs to look for that Imperial Age, though. That's going to be the key factor here. Salami lost plenty of vills in that mix, and both players sitting at about 60 villagers. Voldemar's weak spots definitely down to the south. He's managed to get the walls up, and of course to the north as well. This keep going to be holding down the central alleyway, but definitely towards this northern position. You can see that there's a little bit of an opening, I guess you'd say. Men-at-Arms going to be moving around that top side. Is he looking to get some walls down? I think he might be. I think he's going to look to try and wall Salami in, which is definitely a smart play. And this is just one of those things that you can do in Nomad games because of the way that the map spawns, together with the fact that you choose where you want to go. And so it's very easy to get those walls up. And that just really changes the way that the game is played. Men-at-Arms looking to poke and prod around. By the same token, Salami realizes that could be happening. He sends an attack move command. He's going to spot the men-at-arms immediately as they come out, but he might actually buy time here for the wall to get up. And if that is the case, he's going to be in a great spot. Yeah, indeed, he has beautiful timing here, but he spots the wall coming up, but I don't think he's realized. And with that, it's going to make it even more difficult for him because once he gets locked into this position, then that's going to buy Voldemar time. And we can see at the moment, he's not really thinking about going to Imperial Age. In fact, he's got 9 men-at-arms in queue. And 9 men-at-arms in queue, I mean, that's a fair amount of men-at-arms. To be honest, I'd just be cancelling the men-at-arms and thinking about going Imp. And then from there, I mean, you've got so many options from Imp, right? Like, once you get Imp, I'd almost be tempted, like, once you get Imperial, just go, like, Elite Spears and just spam Spearmen at your enemy. The Spearmen will do very effectively, or very cost effectively, I should say, as the wall looks to come up. Now, he doesn't actually cancel the ends, so I don't know whether Salami's going to be able to go through here. That's not the best thing. Trebuchet coming out. Trebuchet number 1. It's not going to matter for Voldemar. He just hits emergency repairs, and this Trebuchet is going to be back to full health. So there's going to need to be a second Trebuchet that comes out. Well, there's the second Trebuchet coming out now. So now Voldemar's not only going to need emergency repairs, but he's going to need to pull villagers here to repair. And he is holding on, but still we don't see that Imp. He could be striking at Imp. There's the emergency repairs, leaving it a bit late. With a building like the Keep sustaining this much damage, I'd be tempted to use it a bit earlier so it comes off cooldown sooner. But he is going to be sustaining heavy fire here. Keep is definitely threatened. And now, I think this is the difficult spot for the Holy Roman Empire, right? Because they don't have any real win condition. The crossbows, I mean, a Mangonel could definitely do well here. Where's the Mangonel? There's the Mangonel. Actually, the Mangonel's on the back. He needs to wait for the Mangonel to come in before he can actually fight this. This is where the Vills needed to be pulled and the emergency repairs needed to happen sooner. Mangonel going to be coming out. He hits the front line only. No, he's gone for the back line. It's a good shot as well. The Keep going to be going down. A Lanchneck inside. We enter into the cinematic mode to witness Nomad. Holds the Wololo. Beautiful position with that Wololo as well. Going to force back those melee units. Nice splits coming out from Salami. Keep going to go down. Oh, he hits the triple shot on the Keep on the north side. Both Keeps going down at the exact same time. That's huge losses there for Voldemar. And now the Treb's going to look to focus down the Mangonel. And they do it. They manage to hit 2 shots. The Men-at-Arms going to be doing the rest of the cleaning up there. And now Salami is in a perfect position. Voldemar going to continue to force him back despite what could have been a very easy game for him. It's just a consequence of the Nomad. You don't really know where you're positioned. You don't know what the map looks like. You don't know how to play it. You don't know how to wall it. You don't know what to think, what to do. And as a result, it just means these matchups go a little bit wild, a little bit weird. Mangonel hits a decent shot. Looks like it takes out 4 crossbowmen, but just the numbers here, unfortunately from him, haven't been the best. Man-at-arm numbers are looking pretty solid, though. Might be able to hold on a little bit longer, but the score difference is really going to matter. You can see Salami just pulling ahead by a mile now, up about 1,000, 1,200 points almost. The consequence of those keeps going down. And wouldn't you love right now to be an Imperial Age? You know, your elite horsemen running around or your elite spearmen running around. You're just throwing out elite units non-stop. Another thing to note, I mean, there's not really a huge farming economy, but I guess we've got the water economy, which is largely going to be carrying the food economy here of Voldemar, but still, it makes it so difficult for him. He's going to hold on a little bit longer. We'll bring back the UI so you guys can actually see some of these numbers here. Let's see what we're dealing with right now. So Voldemar on 90 population, 125 for Salami. He's actually capped out at the moment. He's lost houses on the front line, so he's going to be scrambling to build more houses. We can see him now dropping down to 3 as a response to this. And the relics have got nowhere to go, nowhere to call home. He's got 3 just sitting in his base. He's waiting, he's cycling through them to use the Wallalol. Might need to throw down a monastery down here on that south side, but we can see that now the landmarks are under attack. It's going to be difficult for Voldemar to hold on. Those triple trebuchets, quadruple trebuchets now for Salami, really are sealing the deal here. And I love this play from Salami. You know, a lot of players, a lot of mistakes that people make against the Holy Roman Empire is that they don't build trebs, or they don't build enough trebs. And you need enough trebs to actually go through that emergency repairs. The fact that he's up on 4 trebs right now is amazing. Ignore this number on the UI. For whatever reason, trebs are counted as 2. So it's a bug. It'll be fixed. It'll be fixed. You need not worry. You need not worry. But we also hear relics getting picked up behind this. Salami's got 1 in the base. Is he picking up his enemy relics? I'm pretty sure... No, that was an enemy picking up the relic. That's what that was. And now Voldemar just kind of chilling out for the moment. God, that's so much damage coming out onto that town center. The 4 trebs. He's got a pretty decent mass. But once again, he's not going to be able to catch these units. This is where horsemen would come through right now. Gosh, wouldn't I have loved to have seen elite horsemen or something like that? Definitely would have changed the way the game played for Voldemar. But now he's in an extra tough spot. Men-at-Arms going to be running through. And I guess one thing to note is with the Men-at-Arms, never mind, fight until the bitter end is complete. Objective completed. The enemy has surrendered. Fellas, go check out Voldemar. Go check out Salami. I'll leave links in the description. But most importantly, go check out Mr. Merlin. I will leave a link in the description to his YouTube page and his Twitch, where he'll be streaming live this weekend. Go say good day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.